Okay, so here we are doing the burn test for the fibers. So we're going to look at several different fibers, and then you could choose which ones you want to record the results for. So the first one we'll start with is cotton. So as we bring the cotton towards the flame, we have to look and see how does it react as we get it close to the flame. And as you can see, it's not burning right away, so and then it eventually catches fire. And it burns pretty crisp. And so it burns completely away, and you can see a little bit of smoke coming out. So if we look at the residue of this, we can see that there is, it pretty much extinguished itself. The end of this here is just sort of powdery. So there's a little bit of ash. It kind of smells like burning paper. Okay. Let's go on to the next one, which would be wool. So wool, what happens to wool is it approaches the flame. So as wool approaches the flame, we can see the same thing. It doesn't burn right away until you actually get it in the flame, and then it starts to melt on the end, and then it extinguishes itself right away. So it actually melted right away, and it has sort of a hard tip here, a hard edge. Okay, and it smells actually like burning hair. Okay, so, and it also, it did produce some kind of smoke. The next one we have is acrylic. So acrylic, and acrylic, as it approaches the flame, acrylic right away actually doesn't, it just starts to melt. Doesn't really burn a lot. It does produce some smoke, but it actually looks like it's melting as we get it towards the flame. And then once it's in the flame, and you can see it's sputtering. So as the flame itself is actually sputtering, and the residue here actually crumbles right away. So it leaves this sort of black residue, and it smells a little bit like burning plastic. It has a smell like plastic, but see how it sputters? Okay, so it reacts differently than the other two. The other two burn pretty evenly. The next one is a piece of yarn. So just a regular piece of yarn. Okay, so what does yarn look like when it approaches the flame? And the yarn, same thing, doesn't really ignite at all until we actually get it in the flame. And then once it's in the flame, it just burns a little lightly, and it extinguishes itself right away, and it leaves a white sort of powdery ash, and very soft. So it actually just kind of extinguished itself. The next one is jute, J-U-T-E, jute. Okay, and this one, as it approaches the flame, again, doesn't ignite until we get it actually in the flame, and then it just starts to burn. Oh, sort of it smokes quite a bit too. This one has a lot of smoke on it, and this one actually smells like burning wood. It smells like almost like a campfire. Like, and even the wood, it even looks like glowing wood. It doesn't go out right away. It stays kind of burning. Okay, so it doesn't really extinguish itself. Let's see what else I've got here. And then I think the last one I had was a piece of rayon. Did I have rayon here? Yeah, here's a piece of rayon. Wait a minute. Actually, I have a piece of polyester. Sorry. So we'll do a piece of polyester, and we'll see how that reacts. Now, polyester, these are very thin little fibers, so I'll try and get a chunk of it. All right, so these are some polyester fibers, and we'll put those in towards the flame. As we get towards the flame, they just really curl right up. They don't even, it's almost like they don't really burn very much. Oh, okay, now it's burning. Produces a white smoke. It also smells a little bit like plastic. And you can see it has it's sort of a hard residue on the edge of that thing, almost like a bead. Okay, so those are a couple of examples of the burn test that we use to identify different fibers. So take some time to go back over the, oh, wait, I have one more. Gauze. So here's a gauze, like from a Band-Aid. Gauze from a Band-Aid. Let's try this one. So this one, as we get close to the flame, it doesn't really react until you actually get it in the flame. And then, oh, it burned right away too. Okay, so it burns, well, that burns right away. There's really nothing left of it. Wow, it completely burned up. Nothing there. It also smells a little like paper. Had a little paper smell, like burning paper. And the residue is really nothing. Actually, maybe a little gray sort of powder, ash. Okay, so take some time to go and review the, just look back over this video and familiarize yourself with the burn test and the results.